Jimbo here, coming at y'all with some more truth. It's be kind of hard for some of you to hear. If you're a TI, most relationships are going to be, by relationships, I mean, if you're on dating sites, if you're trying to find a kingdom spouse, you're going to be bombarded with satanic women, satanic men, wicked men and women, Wiccan, not just wicked, but the people who actually practice witchcraft. They're out there. And coming from somebody who has experience, who has in this last year dealt with a lot of satanic men and women, it's out there, it's real, and they're going to come in to create soul ties with you through sex, through whatever means. And if you are not prayed up, if you're not reading the Word of God, if you're not having a connection with the Most High, you're going to fall to it. You're going to sleep with these people, you're going to create a soul tie, and you're going to find out just what their intentions are. Now, recently, I was in a really low point. I think I was having a dark night of the soul. This was months ago. And I met this woman who, once we met, told me that she practiced witchcraft and tarot and stuff like that. She kept going on and on about how I want to read you your tarot. I want to give you a reading. Like, let me do it. And you have to deny these people, because what tarot is, what Wiccan is, these satanic people are up to, is inviting monitoring spirits into your life. And this last chick that I dealt with, and I should have realized this, because this isn't even the first time that's happened, that I've invited a woman over and had to deal with her talking on and on about, oh, I'm actually a Satanist. Oh my gosh, oh, I don't believe in any of this, blah, fuck God, I'm my own God, and all this shit. Fucking stupid shit. Yeah, I shouldn't have sworn. When you're dealing with that, when you're dealing with trying to have a dating life and actually find somebody who isn't into hookup culture, actually worships God, actually reads the Bible and wants to have kids, actually wants to have a family, actually wants to help society and bring God into the picture, into other people's lives, and raise children to worship Christ, you're going to be met with all sorts of opposition. And that opposition is going to come in the form of, people coming into your life, trying to take you away from God, trying to get you into sin, and you have to resist. And it's going to be hard, because, we're all human, we all have desires and stuff like that. But I think, happiness does not always equate to pleasure. Pleasure is the death of happiness, because it is quick, it's fleeting, and it ends. And I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here, but something I want to talk to you about is how the most recent woman that I dealt with, I caught her lying to me. I caught her, saying, you're the only one that I want, you're the only one I'm talking to. And I got the chance to look at her phone and find out that she was lying. And I realized then and there that if I had actually taken this woman seriously, if I had actually not been using my discernment to notice the difference between, a woman who actually means what she says, I would have fallen in that trap. I would have been in a relationship with somebody who was going to cheat on me and bring up my old trauma, breaking through that scar tissue just to bring out old wounds. And I'm sure I'm not the only one dealing with this, because us as TIs are going through constant spiritual battles, and they will come in like any form, any shape, size, form. It doesn't matter. like it doesn't really matter. They're going to show up. And I've been doing kind of a lot of research lately, and really like the only thing that you can do to get the blessings from God, to get closer to your who God has in store for you, someone good for you, is to keep to yourself. If if you need to be in isolation, for one, and you need to be implementing spiritual practices of God, of Jesus Christ, and you have to. There's really no other way to do that, because when you're following and you're in God's will, God will give you the blessings. Now, it doesn't always come right away, but when you're getting close to getting these blessings, there are going to be people who are going to come in to try to ruin that for you, and they're going to try to get you to sin. And when you're sinning, God's not going to want to give you that blessing. He's going to delay it. It's still your blessing, but it's going to be delayed. And if you want to sit around, dealing with the same old shit that you've been dealing with, and you're a TI, and you're starting to wake up and realize that it's a spiritual war, then you need to double down, and you need to make the Lord your stronghold. I'm not saying this to create fear in other people. I'm just telling you like how it is from my own experience. This is what happens. Yeah, I mean, you got to understand that like sex magic and lust magic, it exists out there, and one of the best things you can do as a man even is to, this sounds kind of obvious actually, but best thing you can do, if you've ever heard of NoFap, start implementing NoFap. Stop masturbating. Stop wasting your life force energy. The seed of creation that God gave us men to create life. Start holding on to that, because once you are deep into NoFap, once you're deep into semen retention, you're following the will of God, you're going to have all these blessings start showing up. You're going to have a clear mind. You're going to be able to have better discernment, and you're going to be able to fight that war the way that God intended you to fight. Really, I think that's the only thing I got to talk about today. I just wanted to, let people out there know that these witches and warlocks are real. They're going to come for you. They're going to come for you in your vulnerable areas of your life, whether that be dating, work, having, social circles. If you're following your dreams, they're going to come out there and they're going to create roadblocks for you. So the best thing you can do, stay prayed up, control and harness your sexual energy, get into the Bible, read some Bible verses every day, and pray on. Best book for you is the Book of Psalms. Everything contained in the Book of Psalms can be sang as a hymn. You can sing that, you can make it a prayer, and it will help you. One of the greatest things that I've come to realize is that prayer and having a connection with God heals your brain. It heals it. It puts you into a different mind state, and it relaxes and calms you. It really does. So I don't know if I missed anything. I'm just kind of new to YouTube, making short little videos right now. So yeah. Now, there's actually another thing I want to talk about. Anime and manga, guys. Anime and manga. Your boy Jimbo over here is a huge anime and manga fan. I really am. I adore people who have stories to tell. But I'm not really big into hentai. I'll tell you that much. Something I need to let you people know, because if you've seen my first short, welcome to my channel. You see, it's an anime AI picture of myself. So maybe you're here for anime and manga. So here's one thing I want to let you know. A lot of anime and manga contain demonic stuff in them. And I've done a lot of reading and, watching these shows, and it's wild how so many of these characters have straight up demons in them. They glorify satanic stuff. Dragon Ball, for instance, there's a character named Mr. Satan, dude, and they in the story, you know, there are parts where like they want you to root for this guy. They want you to be like cheering, oh yeah, Mr. Satan, oh yeah, like what the fuck? Sorry, I did it again. What is going on in these people's brains? Like it's perversion. It's perversion. You got animes and stuff like that. This isn't just anime or manga exclusive, but you got all these fantasy stories out there with these like demon races and stuff. Why are there demons in there? Why are you like trying to like twist these things into like, oh, these demons are like people and we want to be cool with demons? You know, that's teaching people subconsciously demons are good. Oh yeah, you want demons in your life. Oh yeah, you know, teaching you, you know, to like love the sin, which is wrong. And I think I wasn't really prepared for this video, because I think there's a lot more I can draw upon, but there is just, man, there's so many things that if you don't have discernment, it's just there to confuse you as a Christian. And I truly wonder if I don't even wonder. I think I 100% believe that it's there to you know, mess with your discernment. They want people to think, you know, if you know, like the satanic agenda is to turn, it's in the Bible too. The last days, good will be evil and evil will be good. So they want you to adore and worship these people who are, you know, these characters who are not good people, who are evil. I'm gonna name one off the top of my head here. Attack on Titan. The premise of the show is basically, and this is really, really generalized, but the main character is essentially like the Jewish Messiah. You know, the Jews wanted their Messiah to come and bring war. You know, that's what their idea was of a Jewish Messiah. Messiah is he's gonna come and he's gonna bring war and he's gonna, you know, all this stuff. It wasn't like that. Jesus came down and he gave them something they didn't expect, but he was the Messiah. He was our Savior, Jew and Gentile both. And in Attack on Titan, I've heard people say that the main character, Eren Yeager, he's like a Jesus figure. He's not. He, I don't know, I'm gonna have to spoil this for people. So if you're watching, spoiler alert. His goal is to basically save his people by killing everyone else. Now, some people, you know, you could argue, well, that's what Jesus is going to do when he comes down. He's going to bring war and, you know, take these people's demons out. This dude in this show literally is killing the entire world. And, you know, you're supposed to, and you have people out here worshiping these people like they're fucking, like they worship these anime characters like a god. And the author even writes, like, whatever you want to say about the anime Attack on Titan. The author writes the character in the end to be a fucking he writes him to be a psychopath. And it just amazes me because there's so many like correlations to real life history and stuff like that, and people are trying to twist it. No, man, no. Attack on Titan, it's literally cannibalism for one, and I was super into this for a long time, but it was about like last year when I was living on my own for I wasn't even living near my family. I was living in a completely different part of the world, and I was watching Attack on Titan, and I got to the part, this one part where character drinks the blood of another Titan or whatever to gain his powers, and I was there and I realized this is cannibalism. This is a story about cannibals, and we're supposed to like be like, yeah, we need superpowers, we gotta be like these characters in anime and all that stuff like that, and there's nothing really wrong. I myself, I want to write, and I really like fantasy, but there's a way to do fantasy right that can glorify God, and there's one way to really mess people up subconsciously. You know, like with Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, those books are disgusting. I've read them all, and they're disgusting. I don't understand this. The author is like a pedophile. I maybe should have made that statement, but it's suspect, and you need to understand that part of like what these Wiccan, and this is going to tie into the beginning of the video, what these like Wiccan people do with these magic doers and all that, and these Satanists do. they had this belief of like manipulating people subconsciously. It's greater and lesser magic. I know this stuff because I've used my discernment and I've researched into it to find out what it's all about. And these people, part of what they do in Hollywood is brainwashing through subconscious images and themes and all that. And it sits with you, and it gets into your head, and you build these emotional ties, and sooner or later you're like, oh, this stuff's cool. And it's not. It's so anti-Christianity that it's sickening, man. And yeah. So when you watch anime and manga, please use discernment. Please. Don't believe that everything you see in anime and manga is the way the world is. That should be pretty obvious to some people, as, it's anime. It's not even, there's no real in it to begin with. It's drawings, but what you need to do is you need to have discernment when you watch these things, okay? And that same goes through every, music that you listen to. You can listen to, whatever music you want, but if you don't have discernment, you're going to be, listening to these things and being, wanting to, do the things that they do in the music video, oh, I'm going to go party with these models and I'm going to bang them. That's not what you should be doing. You're just creating a bigger problem in other people's lives when when you're sleeping around and you're having sex with multiple partners. You're literally spreading demons. So I just kind of went on a rant there. I didn't really have any really good idea of what I was going to talk about in this video, but I just knew I wanted to make a video. So yeah, I want this channel to grow, and I'm going to continue making videos no matter what. And I did not expect this channel to become, a spiritual one where I was going to really dive deep into spiritual topics and talk about what's going on in my life. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep doing it so that I can reach as many people as possible. And I'm going to give you something to think about when these videos are done. I'm going to bring you into Christianity if I can. I'm not going to force my religion on you, but I'm going to teach you about it. Okay? I'm going to teach you the truth, and I'm going to teach you, because all this stuff you've learned about Christianity, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably wrong. You're probably not told the truth, because nowadays they love these false prophets and these fake Christians. They love to leave out the important parts. And the reason they leave out the important parts is they want to turn you away from the church. They want to turn you away from Christianity. They want to give you reasons not to believe in the Bible. And the worst thing you can do for yourself is to reject the Holy Spirit. Don't ever do that. It's an unforgivable sin. And if you've done it, try turning your life around now, if you can. But that's a big no-no. And, well, yeah, I think I'm done now. So, it's been Jimbo, signing out. Thanks, guys.